Alright, folks, we're going to do some artwork today. Give me a moment here. I need to grab the link for the live stream and then post it on social media. It'll take less than a minute for me to do so. So if you want to catch me after the bump, I will get into the thick of doing artwork here with you guys. So give me a hot moment here. Cha-chunk. Where am I at? Bop, 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 bop. There we go. Here and here. There we go. Post and almost done. There we go. Cool. Okay, everything's good. Everything's good. Check, 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 check. And we'll fix my screen here real quick. Up, up. There we go. All right, now we can get started. We're doing a Bob Ross style landscape with a dwarven citadel in the background, the classic dwarven head carved into the side of the mountain. That's good stuff. If you think all this stuff is cool, I really would love to earn your subscription. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications when we're live in the future. And thanks for checking out the channel. So we do artwork Monday through Fridays like this. We do game design on Monday evenings and Saturday mornings. And yeah, so I'm just going to keep hacking away at this thing. I'm going to add in a new layer. So we're just we're laying down the general shape of the bust. And then we will texturize it. Hey, Fernando. Doing okay. We're going to have that Eberron Adventure published today. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to come through, but at some point today it will. I'll post on my Discord channel and on the social medias when we do. But that will 100% be today. I am excited and nervous and all the things. Start putting some of that in. We're just trying to make a realistic enough looking face for it to be well, what am I trying to say? I don't want the face too realistic because it's going to be textured in stone, and I don't want it to outshine the environment, as it were, or not be gaudy or anything weird like that. We're figuring this out. I've never done a dwarven face on the side of the mountain before. I'm surprised that I haven't, but I really haven't. So we're figuring this stuff out as we go along. Yeah, we can make this. We can make this work. We'll figure it out. Burp, burp, burp. Darker bits here. And a crown like that. I was wondering philosophically if the dwarves have a rule about having their statue be above the height of the mountaintop. And I bet there's two different philosophies on that. High clerics and stuff would be like keep your statues below the natural crest of the mountain that you're building to the side of, as a sign of respect to the elements and the energy of the mountain. And then the other philosophy is hubris, of designing and building larger than the mountain that you're inside of. And I bet the ones with hubris eventually fall to greenskins, while the ones that remain pious and humble remain intact. That is off. Let's it should be, yeah, this is definitely off. Let's fix it. It should be more like that. Hey, what's up? Have you thought or considered giving the name of the dwarf that represents the structure? Not yet. No, haven't thought of a name. In the Eberron campaign, the Eberron Spelljammer campaign that we're going to run, the team has a flying citadel that's basically a disembodied statue of a dwarf's head, and I'm going to let the team decide who that dwarf is. I haven't made that decision yet. But for this specifically, no, not at all. I have no idea who this dude is. If I make an adventure set out of this, like some sort of a dungeon space, we'll have to figure it out then. But until then, I'm leaving my options open. Oh boy, man, this is feeling off. Let's add a new layer, and let's establish some lines here. Yeah, this thing is. Let's get rid of this because it's really distracting me from finding the truth. We're just gonna have to straighten this out and get rid of all the little prongs and effects. Just make it a simple disc, a wheel of cheese, a veritable wheel of cheese on his head, so that we can get the architecture correct, the geometry of it, the angles, the curvature. I was just kind of freewheeling it and didn't really have a plan or an idea, which is often the case, but it always, quote unquote, works out. This is the process of making it work out, realizing that I have a structural flaw, which a dwarf absolutely would not have, and figure it out. That's feeling a lot more solid. Hey, what's up? Yeah, absolutely it would. Yeah, I was thinking about having like a tower of some sort inside there. Absolutely. Let's extend this a little bit further. gotta be careful about my angles here. Yeah, so far so good, so what? I did a trial test for the Eberron Adventure last night, and I did a test on DMsGuild.com for the preview for the PDF that we created, since it's in that landscape wide format. I've tested it before and it worked fine, but I never uploaded the entire book, and it clicked right into place. I am super thrilled. This is going to be a really, really good-looking book that'll be publishing later on today, and then we're going to start working on other stuff. I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to complete updating the 2024 Color Mana Spell Point list, the revised Color Mana list, and then we're going to revise the spellcasting section of the Spelljammer book that we built to have it comply with the augmentations that you can make with the circle magic mechanics that were introduced in the Heroes of Faerun, using the same scaling and spell slot cost that they introduced, and incorporate that into our spellcasting amplifiers for Spelljammer. So I'll be working on that, and then we'll publish those updates as well as correct the. I had some errors in new spells that I created and added to the Spelljammer game in that document. So we'll be updating that. Hopefully, we'll have that finished this week, and get that revised. Get the spells, the revised spell list revised. I'm thinking about publishing martial powers before the color mana system updates. I haven't quite decided that yet. But that's all in the works. So I'm not sure how things are going to pan out. I'm gonna reduce the amount of live streaming that I do. I'm gonna get rid of the Thursday night live stream, and probably keep the Monday night live stream, keep the Saturday morning live stream, but open up Thursday night, so I have more time, more off-screen time for page layouts, and so I can actually start doing prepared videos. I want to release a video each month, so I can use the time that I reclaimed on Thursday to publish that. And if I end up moving at a clip that's faster than once a month, then so be it. That's looking better. So you never take a break. You should celebrate doing a new book. No kidding, right? Hey, Gabby, it's good to see you. I mean, I've literally built like 3 books that I want to get published during the time that we've been working on the Eberron Adventure. I don't really want to slow down. I want to speed up, but I'm not gaining any growth, so I need to change what I'm doing for me to be able to actually evolve the channel and increase my viewership. It's the way that I've been doing it has been super casual, but if I start actually publishing like pre-recording videos, I might have a chance of lifting the channel up and increase my viewership count. I think people like my ideas in general. I think it's just a matter of I don't have the exposure that I need, which means that I'm not doing it the way that YouTube wants me to, because they'd be promoting me more otherwise. So I have to adapt. There we go. Almost where we need to be with that. Yeah, you need more eyelid, or rather, I don't know the word for the upper part of the eye above the eyelid, but this dwarf needs it. There, like that. Yeah, that's better. You got to get those proportions correct. Get that ridge in place inside here, that little curvature spot that is between your eye and your nose. I forget what it's called, some sort of valley, something valley, I'm not sure. Get that in place here. Bold out that nose a little bit more. Nope. Build that out. Come on, we got this. We're gonna get this right. There we go. Nice. That's feeling pretty good. There. What's up? How did you do on my landscape? Oh, right. Yeah, you guys are playing with pixel art. Yeah, please proceed. Go ahead. Don't let me distract you guys from having a good time. There, this is a little off still. There. Get that curve in there, get that lighting in. There we go. Maybe if we Yeah, that's not so bad. I want to have accurate features, like I want realistic features, but I don't want them so well defined that they are that it's not meshing properly with the mountain. Obviously, we have to work on the color and stuff, and we'll figure that out once we start doing highlighting and shadows. The base form is what's most important right now, that we get the anatomy correct, the quote unquote anatomy of the statue correct. And I think that's coming together fairly nicely. This feels bigger than that, so I'm going to grab all of this. There we go. That feels better. Let's merge that down. Now, can we build like we were talking about to get that crest? That's off center, so I need to broaden that. If this is our center point, here's our bridge line, here's our bridge line. Put those in between. There, and there. Builds you like that. That up. Straighten that stuff out. Underbit defined. Then a little bit of a helmet-y sort of look going on here. Like that. We'll curve this around here. Give some math angles here. There, like that. That's feeling pretty good. Pull it forward a little bit. Bring this around here like that. That feels pretty good. What's up? I haven't thought about... The mountain that you draw reminds me of the Worms art style. It was great. I've never even heard of that. I'll have to check it out. Okay, that's starting to look correct. foreshorten that a little bit better. Bring it across here. I said across with a T, across. That must be the Missouri in me. There, okay, that feels pretty good. Give you some lines on your face here. Then blend across here. So far, so good. Okay, so that's looking really good. I'm really liking the structure here. Let's fill in the magic hat, and then we'll start looking at lighting and getting the highlights and shadows the proper color to match the rest of the mountain. There, and we can blend that out. Good, and now I can just merge this down. That should work. We can blend this out. I see text. Give me a hot second. I'll catch up with you guys. I had Worms Armageddon. Oh my god, it was a whole series? I feel like I've missed out. Let's really crank up the smudge on that and get that straightened out. Here, that feels really good. And straight edge here also feels very, very good. That, then here, that blends in. That's looking pretty good. Let's see if I can get this right. Without absolutely hating myself in the process. There, that feels pretty good. There we go. Just going to keep building this out until the architecture makes sense. Let's take that to there, and then we can bring this in here. this. I need to strengthen this line here. Maybe let's add another layer in here and bring that across to here. There we go. There we go. That looks good. That feels really good. So let's thin this down. Actually, let's open that up a little bit. I can fatigue the top of these to just erosion and stuff. I think this will be the highest point of contact for erosion in the mountain, up here at the tip where all the wind is at. The hubris of making the crown taller than the tip of the mountain is immediately apparent, because it's going to take on the brunt of the high winds that are up there, and that's what helps create erosion to wear these things away. So if you make your statue taller than the mountain itself, it by nature will wear down your boldness of the moment to have that hubris of being larger than the mountain. Eventually is going to bite you in the ass, because you're going to fatigue your statue faster than the mountain. And I'm sure there's a philosophy behind that, around, like, you know, outbuild the mountain, you crumble first. If you make yourself, how would they say that? If you put yourself above the mountain, you will erode sooner. I don't know. There's got to be some sort of idiom or like a maxim of some sort that we could develop the wording for dwarves' philosophy about building on the mountain. But the idea is that if you're taller than the mountain, you will be the one that erodes before the mountain. Tallest, fallest? I don't know. No, I don't want to have anything up in there. That's really dope. I had a 98 when I was real little, only 30. XP was fussy. Jeez, Windows 98. Back when the machine was slick and efficient. When it had to be slick and efficient because data storage and processing speeds were shit. So it had to be a lean, mean operating system. Now that we have so much data usage, I wonder how much of Microsoft is actually just bloatware. I think I got my first tablet when I started using XP. Let's see if I can get this curve in here correct. Yeah, let's build a separate layer for this. Let's just blend this all in. And now let's create a separate layer in front of that so we can get this curve correct, and we'll build on that. And get a band in here. There we go. And get rid of that. And we can build that out and then get rid of that. Merge down. There we go. There. We'll highlight that so it's proper. We'll bold that up a little bit to give it some height. And I think we can leave, I think that's good enough structure. We can leave that like that. Just have to monochrome everything because it's, you know, all going to be mountain, so it's all going to be one color eventually. So let's just further define the beard at this point and start looking at integrating this stuff together. There, like that. Like here, for instance, I want to take this and flatten that out a little bit. Help meet the curve of where the mountain is at now with this guy's head. There we go. And then let's add in a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a lot of that. Get those things all merged down together. Yeah, that feels right. Yeah, vast majority of my Windows 11 PC drive. Jeez. I feel like, let's merge that down. I feel like this eye is still off. So I'm going to grab all of this. Better. Yeah. Better. Okay, cool. I think we can let that sit. Let's merge this down. Okay, so let's start figuring out the beard here. So we're gonna trim this up a little bit. We're gonna have it blending into the mountain range side here. So we're gonna have that blend out like that, and then down in here like this. I need to take a drink. I'm thirsty. I'm actually hungry, But if I drink enough water, it'll take care of the thirst. It'll take care of the hunger for a little while. Let's bring this down here. Blend this out. Blend that out. Blend that in. I need to get back to working on a book because I don't have anything to talk about. I'm not talking about D&D and shit. Like, I've been very, very quiet this session figuring this thing out, and that is bothering me. It is bothering me that I don't have any conversation points right now. That looks really fucking cool. We gotta over texture this. Let's start figuring out our lighting on this thing and move forward from there. We gotta save because it's locking up on me again. Cool, there's that. Let's start at the front and work our way down. Let's grab the right type of brush. Go up here. There. Like that. Braff, my face. I'm not sure how to do this. We're figuring it out. But this feels like the right thing to do, so I'm going to keep doing it. There we go. How are we doing on time? Okay, we got 20 minutes left. Thank you. You never know until you settle on it and try to push through. And sometimes it looks stupid before it looks cool. But yeah, I like it too. I am content with it. It's good enough. It's good enough. Let's see. Bring this in here like that. Yeah, we'll fill in that detail later. Let's focus on where we're at here. Let's take this and just pull on it a little bit. That's what I need to do. I need to pull the crown away into a separate layer. So we'll do the face. We'll start with the face and work our way down, and then we'll do the crown and work our way down from the crown. So let's grab this. Start chipping away at it. There we go. Now let's add another layer here. Start with that. See where this takes us. No, I don't like any of that. Let's get rid of that. Bring that up. Bring that in, turn it down. I'm not certain exactly what it is that I'm doing here. Just trying to add in some texture and make things feel right. I'm not sure how it's supposed to actually do, but I suspect if I layer it on enough, eventually it's going to make sense. That's generally how this stuff works. If you think you're on the right path, you probably are. Just keep walking it long enough for it to show you what it was that you were intuiting. So let's take this and erase this down a little bit to get rid of that intensity here and create a little bit of space like that. There, and then we can grab this and push that down here. Maybe we'll have this done tomorrow. I don't know how much beyond this bust we actually need to do for us to call this piece done. Let's merge that down. My hair's itchy. I think I have to get my dead ends cut sometime soon. They're just getting frayed and itchy. There, like that. So far, so good. So what? Let's see if we can build something out with this beard. see how this shapes up. Let's do that. Let's erase most of it. And then we can layer back on. I don't know if this is going to work or not. All we can do is try. And if it doesn't work, I mean, the bones are good. So if this texturing technique doesn't work, we'll just destroy it and replace it with something else. This requires more attention than I wanted to. I like to be loose and free and just let the pixels fill in for themselves and me to be able to bullshit with you guys. But that is not where I am at currently with this. Let's zoom in here a little bit. That eye looks a little off. You can't have that little thing in there. It's going to give it a false impression. There. Fix that. That'll straighten out eventually into something nice, I think. Yeah, let's do like that. We'll upgrade size here. We'll dig away at that a little bit. Trim that down some. I think this is going to end up being okay. Then we got to chop away at this to trim that down. I'm going to smudge on it a little bit, pull on it to get the wispy hair effect, but to keep the overall. I can use the smudge brush to pull on the pixels to get the sort of hair-like effect, but then I can use the eraser to get the texture back in. So I think this is probably going to work out. And then we can continue. I'm going to let's add another layer on top of here so we can get some volume in here like that. Then add in some volume here like that. Something like that. Let's grab and pull on this a little bit to have that smudge in to see if we can make this effect work. Not sure if it's the. Again, we're figuring out. We're trying to figure out the sculpture with the texture. The texture would have been something that carved into the face over time. So I'm trying to build the face the way that the dwarves would have built it, and then have it get fatigued the way that nature would have fatigued it, along with everything else that's in the mountainside. So it has a sort of match to it. I think we're getting there. And then we can blend these together. Have you considered how beards are depicted in statues and things like that? No, I haven't. Maybe I should. If I don't like how this turns out, then I will find some statue stuff, like Greeks and shit, like Aristotle and crap like that. Merge down. Another layer up. Yeah, for now, I only have a few minutes left. The Muse wants me to tough it out. But I may very well sneak online and go find some references tomorrow or tonight for tomorrow. That's honestly not a bad idea. I'm liking where this is going so far. I think it's actually blending into the mountainside kind of nicely. So I'm not hating on this so far. God, that looks so good though. Jesus Christ, I'm hungry. What the fuck? Why am I so hungry? It's not like I don't eat. Train that down a little bit. Yeah, let's merge that down while we're here. This is going to end up looking really, really cool. I can feel it now. I can feel this piece. It is coming to life. God, yeah, this is going to be cool. There like that initially, and then we'll straighten it out. Blend that together. I'm going to merge this down. Let's create some highlights in here. I think we're at a point that we can start doing that. There, that feels pretty good. trim it that a little bit. We'll figure this out. This is going to be success through volume. So we're going to have to mince on this thing for a while. Let's... bring that down a bit before I merge it in. It was probably a bad idea to start merging the texture into the actual face that we did, but this is, oh well, I made the mistake and it's too far, we're too far gone to go back. So I'm going to have to live with it. Getting rid of our safety nets, folks, no regrets. Feels right. Also feels right. Let's go somewhere inside here. Come on, baby. There we go. Let's grab some of this lighter color here to put along there. And we can pull on that and then erase at it a little bit. I'll break up that texture a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I think this is gonna come together. Keep messing with the texture, keep working the topography here to make the bust curve into where the mountain is already naturally going. Bring that up in here like that. That's my timer. Telling me it's just about time to get out of here. Thank you, timely timer. Trim that down. This is gonna work. Merge that down. I'm gonna be messing around with this for a while, I think. But I can feel it. This is 100% gonna work out. Nope. All right, we're gonna let it sit for there. This is, oh my God, this is gonna be so fucking great when it's done. Oh shit, I accidentally. When did I do that? Oh fuck, I accidentally merged the entire thing. Oh, that's not good. I fucked up. I really, really fucked up. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. I accidentally merged the entire thing. I think I'm fucked. Oh my God. The last few instances, I'm okay. Jesus fucking Christ. That was terrifying. That was terrifying. Okay. No, I don't. But luckily we saved ourselves. I got lucky. Sometimes, okay. So here's the thing. Check this out. Merge down is next to merge visible. Merge visible takes everything that you can see and bonds it into one layer. Merge down just means take whatever layer's on top and blend it down underneath that. So yeah, I got fucking lucky. Really, really lucky. But luck is one of our skills, so let's own it. Cheers to us. This eye feels a little off compared to this one now, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But for the most part, I'm really happy with it, where this is at. Okay, I'm going to hit save now before I fuck anything else up. Yeah, that's much better looking. God, this is going to be cool as shit. Okay. I don't know. We still might see a serpent. I'm not convinced yet. I'm liking where this Citadel is going. We'll figure it out where we're going. We don't have an actual endpoint with this. We're just having fun. So once we're done having fun, we'll know what we need to do. But this is coming together. I'm really liking this. So I'm going to go ahead and let this sit. Yeah, it's 7:53. It's time for Phil to go to his day job. Yeah, thank you. The book will be publishing at some point today. I'll start posting about it once I do. I think at lunchtime I'll be able to get it up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's it for now, guys. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. And thanks a lot for hanging out. Appreciate you. Cheers.